Alright, we're on. Hello!
Hi everyone, let's see who's on tonight. Welcome. Janice, Diane, Karen, Carol, how are you tonight? Debbie, Cookie, hey, how are you?
I haven't seen Cookie in a while.
Yeah, hi Patsy, Louise, Karen, Mary, Beverly, Carrie Lane, who's that?
Gary.
Hi Kathy, how are you? Hi Jen, how are you doing?
Welcome, thanks for joining us.
Catherine, Kitty, welcome. Judy, how is everyone tonight? We've had an interesting day here at Quilters HQ.
We have?
Yeah.
Well, it was raining.
It was raining.
It was very rainy
We've
today.
had someone looking for cords to repair their
Furniture?
stool. Yes. We have, what else happened today? Oh, we had someone who's visiting Uganda and picked up some needles. I guess travel luggage is very expensive space, so you're only taking the things that you need. And she's taking her sewing machine, so that's important.
I get it.
So priorities, man, priorities.
I don't remember much past the lightning hitting the neighborhood and shaking the bed.
Hey Tom, how are you tonight? Hi Carla. Hi Barb. Karen, Amber, how are you tonight?
Hello.
Leslie, welcome. Anything else interesting happened today? Let's see.
Did anybody new tell us there was a price increase?
I think everyone that we talk to tells us that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, thank you.
Just a reminder. Oh, I know. One of my favorite people is back at AccuQuilt.
Oh, yes. Welcome back, Tammy.
Tammy Miller. Back at AccuQuilt. Missed her. So, glad she's back.
Yeah. What a great lady.
Yep.
Very inspiring. Well, who are we, Joan?
We are Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, and Sewing Machines Express. The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, and QHQ2.com. Let's start with announcements, and then I have show and tell. This is at Windmill. Kimmerbell Club is June 11th from 10:30 to 12:30. Cost is $25, and it is a beautiful tea towel. Applique, collage applique. If you've never done that, this is a good place to learn that. Raw edge applique. We're doing applique tonight.
We are.
We are.
I can't wait. How about you?
Too. 25 per class. 8 classes left for 2022. I don't know if that's right. Maybe there is. No, that can't be right.
Seems a little short.
There's like 7, right? It says May, 7 to 5 is 12. 7 classes.
Must have been written in April.
Doing math. Bernina's Serger event. These are so much fun. I'm going to break out the margarita machine. Maybe we can get Robert to cook too.
I think we probably can do that.
$99 if you've thought about a serger or are thinking about upgrading your serger. These are events where you want to do that when you're thinking about, buying the top of the line serger. It's great pricing. Nancy Bednar is a Bernina educator, and she's going to be the one teaching the class. Beginning quilt piecing. Ooh, show and tell. It's just a little. No, wait. This is table runner? No, I think this is the beginning quilt piecing.
Okay.
So, I think it is. I don't think this is part of the table runner club. This is bigger than the table runner. I could be wrong. I have a show and tell. I'm not really sure what class it's from. If Judy could jump on and tell us.
Judy Brennan. I think it's for
Judy.
beginning quilting.
Maybe.
So she's probably just getting started on how to
Could
put
be
it
a
together.
table runner too, though.
Okay, table runner.
So, Judy, jump on and tell us what show and tell that's from, because she's teaching both of those classes. So she's teaching
Peggy.
beginning. This is Stephanie. She's teaching beginning quilting, which starts in September. And once you finish that, there's another class, quilting, beginning quilting, which is October 7th through the 28th. Each of these classes are $60. They run for 4 sessions, so you can take both of them and have a finished project. And then she's also teaching the Table Runner Club, and that is June 9th, 10:30 to noon at Quilters HQ, and it's $25 per class, and the book is available to purchase. So I think that's from the Table Runner Club.
Okay.
I think that's their next one.
You got some questions coming in.
Okay.
You want them now?
One more. AccuQuilt Club. We are starting a new project. I didn't bring my flyer back for the quilt. But we are starting a new project. That's June 16th. The cost for the pattern is $10. And so there's 2 places on the website to sign up for that. You do need the AccuQuilt, the 4-inch cube, 4-inch angles, 8-inch cube, and 8-inch angles for that one. And we will have kits available, so there's 2 places to sign up. Either sign up for just the pattern or sign up for the pattern in the kit.
Hi,
Kit
Julie.
costs will vary. The quilt is small, 60 inches. I think it's like 58 by 58. But cute, fun. We will learn all kinds of stuff.
Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hi, Carol.
Okay, who's got questions?
Let's see. Mrs. Cranford asked, what did Joan name her sleep quilt? Is the pattern published?
That was one we don't need a pattern for. That was watch the video. The pattern was for the
Hashtag quilt?
hashtag quilt.
Somebody did ask about that today as well.
They did. And so the sleep quilt was named Crisscross.
Crisscross.
I have another show and tell. Oh, and strings. We did this, I don't know how many, somebody tell us how long ago we did this. This was the strip tube ruler with a jelly roll.
Did you want me to hold it up? There's also a question about repeating the college, or which one, Molly?
Collage quilt.
The collage quilt class.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's not really a collage quilt. It's a Kimberbell, so it's all done in the hoop, but it's collage with your embroidery machine. So we did this, 3 weeks ago?
something like that, yeah.
I finally finished it last night. It needs a border. And then I have 4 of these left over, 4 sections, enough to make a pillow. So,
Well, that's nice.
I know, nice toddler size, and you can have a matching pillow.
What would you do for a border on that?
We actually have this fabric, so I'm gonna go pick something out. I like the fabric that has the math in it, because I'm a nerd. So these fabrics. So I like that. So I'll probably pick that and then do a really dark fabric for the border or the binding.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see how it looks when I lay it out, because I might go, no, that don't look right.
Well, we should do a sound check with everybody on here. Facebook sounds good. Video's good. YouTube. Can we get a weigh-in on everybody from that?
Okay.
Then we have a question also. Will you be repeating the serger class? That is 8 sessions, maybe August.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, I think we've had several requests, and a lot of new people have been in asking about some beginning classes, serger, sewing, quilting, embroidery. So I think those are great starter classes that we can add to the list.
Yep.
So
we've got some more fun stuff. This is I don't know. Is ad hoc the right word? When you just make something up on the go.
ad hoc? Yeah, it's kind of on the fly.
Okay. So that's kind of what this project
You need
is.
a report, you just run it whenever.
So we got some new stuff. These are Moda scrap bags, but they also make wool scrap bags. And look at all these fabulous little pieces of wool that you get in one of the scrap bags. And out of this one, I've pulled all of these and all of these fabrics because we're going to make a little mini wall quilt and hang it up in the store hopefully someday when I finish it.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
That sounds like a cool little demo for the viewers at home.
So
or wherever you're viewing from.
I like to do things the easy way. I was asking, where is the easy button? I think we lost it.
You did ask for the easy button.
It's like, where is? I need to, like.
We need the little emoji for that, you know. Smash up the
easy
button.
Smash up the easy button and do all the things, other things like follow, share, like, follow, share. What is YouTube? Subscribe.
Yep. Smash up the like button.
Yes. Smash up the like button. So I have a product. I don't have a product. The store has a product, and this is called Hotfix adhesive. And the backstory behind this product is a company, you know, small company, Disney, reached out to a group of people to say, we need a product that can be fused and stable up to 50 washings. That was the requirement. So whatever they came up with had to withstand 50 washings. And as you know, that's a lifetime for a quilt. So we are happy to have this as a product. It's called Hotfix adhesive. It is $12.95. You get 12 inches and 4 yards. 12 inches, 4 yards. And so I've already trimmed up my Hotfix adhesive because we're doing applique and I want to do it the easy way. So I'm going to fuse it, and I've already got my iron hot. Yep, it's hot. And I did trim this down because I'm using my wool mat. I don't want this to stick to my wool mat. So I was very carefully going back and trimming all of this down so that I won't get anything stuck to my mat here. This is like the Russian roulette of quilting here. And so I'm just going to go over it really quickly with my iron.
Did you say iron?
Iron. I did. And then I'm going to flip it over. And we want to heat this from this side. And we're just going to sit here and chit-chat for a minute because you do need to leave it to set. And you want this to get really, really hot and melt this glue that's on this paper. Now, if you weren't doing ad hoc like I'm doing, because I'm just going to cut some shapes out, and you can actually draw your shape onto the back of this paper and then cut it out later.
Well, Paulette had a comment. She's watching and ripping out the border on a chicken salad by Lori Holt.
Oh.
Oh, Paulette.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have a great tool for that. We do, really. Anytime I have to unsew, and I have that same phase of unsewing it, I use
Hi, Cindy.
a product. We use them to piece-proof our quilts here. I think I have. Yep, I see a pair. You'll have to find them. I think they're $21. That's a company that hasn't raised their price yet. So I think I've got this. I think I do.
So Carol had a question. Just wondering if you ever had a chance to create the pattern for that red, white, and blue quilt that was at the old store.
I am still working on that. Right now I'm working on the pattern for Applique quilt, block of the month, that we're going to try and finish in 8 months. And then I'm going to knock out the hashtag pattern because that's a really easy one. And then I had another pattern just come to me, and I would like to at least get that one documented before it fades from my existence.
Hey Miranda, how are you?
Picking out quilts, or picking out stitches. This is a tool that we use here. These are tweezers, but they have a little hook on them. I think these are 21.
Farmore.
The Farmore. I'm just going to hit this again. No steam on this. You don't need steam. Trying
There
to.
was a question related to that was, how's that different than the heat and bond?
So this is my new favorite. And the reason I say that is because when I'm quilting, we do a lot of quilts here. 4 people. And so when we are quilting heat and bond, multiple layers of heat and bond can cause your quilter to skip stitches. And it's not anything wrong with the machine. It's not anything wrong. And these are paper scissors. They're borrowed from Carrie. I'll give them back, I promise. And I'm just going to trim these up. So the heat and bond can get really kind of thick and stiff, and this stays really soft.
$21.99 now.
$21.99 for these. These are your best friend, because you can pull it apart and then just hook those stitches.
I like the longer ones too.
Yeah,
they
do
make a
make
shorter
them.
pair. For my seam ripping.
The other part of this, using this, and I'm telling you from experience, you want to let it cool down before you peel your paper backing off of it. And we're going to cut our shapes before we peel, because it will stick to itself pretty doggone good, and you'll be cutting out something. So I've got my pieces laid out here. So this is going to be our whole quilt. Whole quilt. That's it. And I'm just going to cut out, hopefully these are sharp enough to do it, some little hearts. And I want them to be kind of elongated and wonky.
Hey Kathy, how are you?
So there's one, but it kind of looks I'm just going to trim it a little bit here and a little bit here, because I don't want it to be a kind of a, I don't know, I want a skinny heart. Okay, and so I'm going color opposites. So opposite of green is purple. Let's do, what color did I load? I loaded green.
Hi
So
Arlene,
let's do this
how are
lime
you?
green one, because that's the color I picked, and although I haven't threaded my machine yet, I could really change out and do any color. Let's do another one. And I'm not good enough to just cut out a heart. I do have to fold it. But I'm going to start at the end here. And I kind of want all of these to be different. So I'm going to make this one have a real narrow top and maybe a curve instead of, yeah, perfect. And we're going to put that one with the purple. Maybe a little more off the sides because I need to allow for my seam allowance. Let's just whack this off. That's a technical term. Okay.
What are we sewing tonight? Kathy joined a little bit late.
Okay, so we are playing with our wool scrap bag. And by the way, these are $24.99. And you get probably 40 pieces of wool in these. Something like that.
Hey, Gina, welcome.
Trimming it down. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like that one. So we're going to start with this one. We're just going to peel this backing off. I trimmed all my nails off, and so now I'm having a hard time. There we go. You want to make sure the glue sticks to, let's see, it's kind of sticky, and you don't want to fold it over. It will stick to itself. And I'm just going to eyeball this and kind of center it up on here, because this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of going for that kind of home style look.
So it's wool applique on wool.
Wool applique on wool.
That was one of the comments.
And I am sure that I can find some wool batting scrap. And I'll probably put a cotton, whatever scrap of fabric I can find to, and there we go.
Tip from the viewer, use a pin to score the paper backing.
Yeah, you can do that too. So we're pretty well fused here. And so I'm sewing on the Excellence 770. This is from Elna. And the reason I picked this machine is with a touch of a button, you can pick your stitch. But especially with working with something like this where I need to make a sharp pivot down here at the bottom, you can hit a button and tell the machine I want to start a new stitch. And so I'm going to do just another little quick test sew to make sure that I like the stitch that I'm using. Put the foot down, going to lock it, thread it or not. Maybe let me try this again. There we go. Now we're threaded. And this is just aerofill thread. You know I like it.
Well, welcome, Peggy. Welcome, Dana. First time watcher tonight.
I was playing with the stitches earlier, but I want it to be kind of a denser stitch. And so that's what I've selected to do my blanket stitch around my heart. So let's give it a start. So I'm going to start kind of up here in the, actually I'm going to start right here kind of on this edge, put my foot down.
Oh, Dana was jealous of the wall of fabric behind you there, thinking that was your personal stash, which sort of in a way it is.
I wish. I'm going to slow myself down because while I love to sew really fast, the applique is not quite as fast. A little faster than that though. And wool applique is so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to slow down. I'm getting down here to my end. I'm going to do needle down. And then there's a little button. I can't turn it around, but you press the button and it tells the machine, I want to start a new stitch. So I don't really have to worry about where I'm at in my applique when I make that pivot. Love that feature.
Hi Joan, how are you tonight?
Hey Joan. We had a whole discussion about Jones. And then the other thing that I have learned is when you pivot with the wool, you gotta lift your foot up a little bit.
And some other questions came in. What type or what size of needle would you recommend when you're doing the wool?
It depends. So it depends on your machine, and it also depends on the thread that you're using. I'm using 50 weight aerofill. I think this is a size 12. Now if you're using like 8 weight or 28 weight thread, you need to bump that needle size or use a top stitch needle where it has a bigger eye so that those bigger threads can go through. And I almost think this could have been like just as cool if I'd have used a complementary color like yellow, something that, and I'll do that on one of these. one of the current AQS winners, wins like many of them. Janet Stone lives right here in Kansas City, and she does a ton of wool applique. Okay, and so instead of a back stitch, I'm going to do an in-place locking stitch. And then cut. And we have our little heart.
Woohoo!
Isn't that fun? So, major difference between Heat and Bond and this product is look how soft and pliable this is. It's still, I mean, I can still crease this wool. So there's one. Let's do the purple one, but let's put this teal thread in.
I like teal.
I know you do. So again, tips for this. When you are peeling this off, let this fabric, especially if you're using cotton, let the glue on this Hotfix adhesive cool. It even tells you that in the directions. It does come with a little flyer. And we've actually used this on a no-sew project. And I think it's on the top over there. If you want to grab it, we can do another show and tell of what we did with it in our AccuQuilt club. It's the circles quilt.
Where is it?
It's on the big bin of quilts, but it's like right on the top, I think.
Oh, that the AccuQuilt.
Yeah, it's all the circles. And so we did a project that actually involved no sewing. So we used this to fuse our circles in place. And sorry, I can't talk and thread the machine at the same time. And I don't know how I did this, but yep, that's the one.
Pretty 100% sure.
Uh-huh. Pretty 100% sure. I'll only close this so you can
Maybe
see.
101.
101. So this was all done with the Hotfix adhesive. And this is called Flurries. This pattern, I think we occasionally have it in the store. It sells out pretty quick when we do get it. So we used the AccuQuilt dies to cut it. So we did modify the pattern. They wanted you to draw, they wanted you to use coins, nickels, dimes, quarters, saucers, and things like that to draw these circles, but you know me, I want to find a faster way. So I recalculated all of these circles so that they would fit with the AccuQuilt and redid the dimensions, and we did this. So this is a no-sew project. All of these circles were just fused in place and then put on the quilting machine, and voila, you're done. So purple and green, opposites on the color wheel. It'll work really well. And so we'll do one more of these and then we'll start talking about our giveaways. So see how much easier it peels when it's cool. And so my shape is a little bit wonky here. And keep in mind, I did not trim these before I started or do anything. I just pulled them out of the bag, Moda's scrap bag. So stuff like this, I think it'll be a cute project in the store. And then just let it set.
Peggy was asking, will the AccuQuilt embroidery work on this project?
On this one, probably would. I would use, if you're using, think of Adidas Attar's Serendipity Cube that has little small shapes in it. There's a little heart in there that you could use. Just kind of give it a little shake to know that it's fused enough for us to sew. So the Serendipity cube has some applique shapes, or if you have others, but you could do this on your embroidery machine, and you would just use a sticky stabilizer to stabilize that while you do your embroidery. But yeah, you could cut it out. So you can see we ran all those circles with the paper backing through the AccuQuill cutter, so no worries there. Worked fine. Oops, still left here. There we go. Yeah, I like the different color. Much better. Raise my needle. I know I would normally say don't do this, but I'm not quite at the edge there. Start a new stitch.
Well, and a speedy recovery to you, Bernadine.
So the idea for this is to just have fun with it and not be too serious, because wool applique is a lot more free-flowing than traditional, and so there are no boundaries, there are no rules. When you're pivoting, you want to be on this side of your applique. And I'm going really slow because I made this one a really pointy one. Note to self, don't make really pointy hearts. And notice each time I pivot, I'm actually on the outside of my heart. And that worked out perfectly. So if you've ever done wool applique and seen it where, you know, sometimes the wool gets kind of fuzzy and pokes out, this fusible product will help with that.
So Elena was saying you could do different colors with the decorative stitch too, so
yep,
change the way the whole project looks.
Which is what I'm doing now. Different threads.
Yeah.
If you're a hand appliquer, you still can needle this fabric after you've fused it pretty easily. I like the blue, I like the teal on the purple. Just kind of worked out that way. So those hearts are looking really similar to me. So I'm just going to cut out a really wonky one, because I want like really different shapes in this. Let's see if I can do this. Could be good, could be tragic.
Never know what you're going to get.
Oh, it's pretty much a sure thing. There we go. Kind of a lopsided one. So teal, we're going to go with yellow. So see how that one will look? And we'll just lay them out. So I don't want all of these hearts to be like really uniform. I'm really looking for that totally handcrafted look that Oh, this is easier to cut now that the glue is cooled too.
Peggy was asking, is that cotton fabric on the wool squares? It's actually wool on wool, right?
It's wool on top of wool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, we do just kind of a... We'll do one the opposite way.
Hello, Michigan gal. I think she was asking about the hashtag quilt.
Hashtag quilt. Yep,
Pattern.
I did. I think I emailed her
Oh, okay.
back and said, are you signed up for our email? Because when I'm finished with it, I will send it out.
So what you're saying is there's like a pattern queue.
There is a pattern queue.
It's like backed up on the highway there. Patterns.
Oops, that one's kind of bumpy, but let's put him on the orange. So it'll kind of give you an idea, and please notice, I am not being perfect with these hearts. The more wonky, in my opinion, the better. Because I don't want it to look super uniform. But what I do want is a lot of contrast with the hearts and the background fabric. I think I have two background fabrics the same.
There's someone asking, we didn't cover Thread Club yet, did we?
We did not.
We got somebody asking about Thread Club.
Let's get there. Oops, one more row. That was really wonky. Maybe it'd be best to have a glass of wine while you cut these out. Just saying. And definitely
Careful with the scissors.
use your paper scissors when you're cutting.
Hello, Joseph. ...
Oh, just let's pick out a new background fabric. Because we have, these are almost all the same. Do we have one that color?
Hi, April. How are you?
We don't. And then my last piece is this bright orange. And while you're cutting these out, be sure and give yourself enough room. Be thinking about your seam allowance. Let's make this one kind of squatty. How about this dark green? So that when you piece all of these together, there we go. So what do you think? Throw up some heart emojis if you like this project.
We need an emoji.
I can't imagine what it would be.
What is the wool kit called and what is the price again?
So these are from Moda. And so they are wool scrap bags, and they are $24.99, and I think you get probably 40 pieces of wool. I mean, and when we do wool projects, they're not big, they're little. And these are averaging...
All right, you guys got the emojis down.
You know, they're just under 4 by 5. They're not quite 4 by 5. I don't know if you can get close enough to see that, or if I need a different color. And let me just lay the ruler on top of it.
So somebody was commenting that this was a good way to try to test out a few of your decorative stitches and find some that you like.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And so when they're laying wonky like this, so I'm looking at these and it's like, okay, well that's curling up a little bit. Wool is so forgiving and back to perfect. Just lays down really flat. If you wanted to have a younger person do this project, this is a great way to have someone learn how to do some hand sewing. And I did see a trick for this.
Yeah, Nancy was saying it'd be a great project for kids to put together, kind of learning. They can still use the iron, you get the Hotfix, but you don't have to worry about glue.
You don't have to give them your really good, I mean, these are just paper scissors and they cut through just fine. Maybe a little help steering the machine, but you know, once you have it fused down, it's hard to go wrong with this project. So $24.99, and you get all of these fantastic pieces of wool, and you can make a penny quilt. So that would be another good one where you're just cutting out circles and then you put a circle inside of a circle and then you sew all those together. I liked hearts because I wanted it to be a little bit different, and obviously I'm not going to do a very big one because, you know, applique is fun, but I like doing it on the embroidery machine better too. And I've got these little pieces. I might just cut out some like really wonky circles. Let me test my skill here. Hey, that turned out pretty good. I'm impressing myself here.
Hey, you had another question. Does that adhesive wash out?
It does not.
Okay.
So I could put a little circle up there in my heart, or, you know,
give them a couple eyeballs and a...
Who remembers? Okay, I know I'm not the only one. Bugs Bunny, and there was this giant heart that used to chase Bugs Bunny, and he was like a beast, and he had red hair, and it was like skinny white legs.
It's when the haunted castle or something, it was there.
Yeah.
Haunted castle.
Yeah.
And I think there was like a Dracula or something. And
yeah.
He was walking around singing songs like Abracadabra.
Oh yeah.
Him fall down.
But there was a giant heart that.
Yeah.
And
was chasing him around. Yeah.
Yeah. And so play around with the shapes too. So, you know, you could do some weird little stuff like that in your wool applique. Nice thing about this Hotfix adhesive, multiple layers, and you will not break your needle or your have skipped stitches. So highly endorse this product. If you want some, comment make it mine. Hotfix adhesive. It's $12.95. It's 12 inches wide and 4 yards long. I think to do the quilt we did in the AccuQuilt Go Club, you needed 2 rolls of this. I know we have at least 1 in the store, and we have more on order. So we order like 20 of these at a time, and they last us a month or 2 because we talk about it. Great product. I would definitely use up all your heat and bond, but replace it with this product. You'll like it much, much better. Stay soft. Definitely worth the change. If you want a scrap bag, comment make it mine. Wool scrap, $24.99. And then I have one more little treat to show you. I'm gonna save all my little pieces here because I might cut some little wonky shapes out there and make it a little more interesting. So I'll save these. We've had these in the store before. These are the Modus scrap bags. And so, have you ever wondered, what do they do when they make those jelly rolls? What do they do with the leftovers? I did. But they sell them. So, these are $14.99. So, comment make it mine, $14.99, or $14.99, no. Comment make it mine, jelly roll scrap bag. And so, what you get is basically the end of the fabric that you would normally get in a jelly roll, except you get the salvage. So there is no guarantee on how big of a piece you're going to get. So this is 2 1/4. of usable fabric. That's 3 inches of usable fabric. But if you're like me and you're really digging the 4-inch cube right now, this stuff is perfect. All of your strips are already cut. You could just lay this stuff right across your cube and cut out your shapes and be done. Nothing super, super easy. Usually current collections, because, you know, once this is gone, they're not going to print this fabric again. So these are fun to have, especially, I mean, if you're using the 4-inch cube, love it, love it, love it. You can really get a lot of good pieces out of this.
Yeah.
So not quite a jelly roll, but you do get a lot of really cute fabrics. And we have tons of these. These would be dealer's choice. We have no idea what we're going to get, so you would have no idea what you're going to get. Which is
kind of fun sometimes.
It is kind of fun. The wool scrap bags, they're kind of all the same fabrics. Most of it is solids, so you can look in there and kind of see you're getting a good variety of fabrics. These would be perfect for penny rugs, and as you know, wool can be so expensive. So there's no lights and darks, you're just getting a variety. So this is just one that I opened.
Oh, that's all right. Hi, Joel. How are you tonight?
And
somebody was saying that they did a jelly roll quilt out of them and left the salvage on there.
you can. Just keep in mind, your salvage is going to shrink differently than the rest of your fabric. So keep that in mind when you're washing. I know people do salvage quilts and they're super cute and super cool, but this fabric gets wrapped around, so when they weave it, it actually comes back around and then it gets cut. So the salvage on some fabrics, maybe not this one, looks like they actually just cut it. They can be really pretty. So like they put little moths in this one.
Yeah.
So I've seen them with little hearts, little flowers, all kinds of stuff. But you get a fabric collection that all goes together. So if you cut out your shapes, cut out your quilt, they all work. So it's good. So last time I went up there and read turquoise foam. Got it. Yay!
Thread of the Month Club.
Last chance.
Yeah, it's May 31st. It'll be a
For
new color
turquoise
next
foam.
week.
And this would be a good one too. Use some variegated when you're doing your applique on your project. I didn't look at the color number. So 15% off. These are $14.59. They are having another price increase. I don't know if we need to price. I don't know if we will.
Can you flip it over and get the number?
The number is 46.54. I almost said 48.
46.54.
46.54. Comment, make it mine. 46.54. We're still waiting for the club boxes to come in. But if you wanted to sign up, we would still send you a spool of white and give you the 20% discount. It's $20 to join. You get an aerofill box that goes with your thread. Comes with a spool of white. We just don't have boxes, so they're still waiting. I don't know when they'll come in. They haven't given us any kind of clue. Probably tired of us asking. They're like, oh, those people again.
Hey, you know, sometimes you got to check in with these vendors, you know, on a weekly basis. So.
No kidding. So thread of the month. And then we have giveaway. Do we need to go over anything? Any questions about what we did tonight? This is a great little machine. Lots of lighting. Let me talk about this machine for a second. This is like 2 steps down from their top of the line. Oops. Did I catch it? There we go. Still has tons of stitches and still has that feature where you're able to push a button, start a new stitch when you're doing applique. Lots of lighting. 12-inch thread space, I think. 11. 11 inches from needle to throat, which is quite a bit. All of the feet that are available, and this does have the ability to do the dual feed foot. It doesn't come with this machine. And you'll have to call us. This is not a machine that we can sell online or over the phone. You have to actually come in the store. But if you're thinking about a new machine, this is a really good one. And this is the Elma 770. Not to be confused with the Bernina 770. I thought they talked to each other about all of this stuff, but apparently not. So, if you do get one, be sure and tell them it's an Elma. Or if you have the Bernina, tell them it's a Bernina 770. Giveaway for tonight is leftovers. There it is. So all of the fabrics that we didn't use tonight goes to one lucky person. So partial scrap bag.
Nice.
Is everybody gonna pick me? Pick me, because I want to do this project. And there was some different kinds of fabrics in there too. Where did we get it to? Yep. These were also in there. Some different textures of wool as well.
Should they type something in the chat to enter?
In the chat?
Like a
Yeah, you have to
A
comment,
word.
actually.
word or emoji or something?
A word or an emoji?
Well, we ended up getting a winner before that, so.
Oh,
Okay.
just kidding.
And the winner is?
Gina Tucker.
Gina Tucker. Congratulations.
Congrats.
So now's the important stuff. If you have not shopped with us before, Gina, please go to our website, quiltershq.com, register for JoanSews. That way we have your information. If you're local, you can come in and pick it up. If not, we will ship it to you. And if you purchased anything tonight, either the wool scrap bag, the Hotfix adhesive, or the jelly roll scrap bag, and have not shopped with us before, go to quiltershq.com, register for JoanSews. We will email you an invoice that has a clickable pay button, and you can pay with a PayPal or credit card. Shipping is a flat $5.99, and we will get this off to you. I know if you ordered the Hotfix adhesive, I know we have at least one in the store. We have more on order. It should be here this week, and we will ship it out as soon as it comes in. So that is it for tonight. Do we have any other announcements? June, we're going to close for 2 days. June 20th and 21st. We have a company coming in to do some restoration on our floor. So we will be closed for those 2 days. We will send out an email announcement for it. Time is running out to sign up for the AccuQuilt Club because I have to order fabric for that. And what else? I think that's it. That's all I have.
Well, as always,
As always,
check your thread path.
that
Change your needle.
that actually happened to us last week.
I know. Change your needle.
Change your needle.
Check your bobbin.
Check your bobbin
Don't forget to oil your machine.
if you need to.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you found the project inspiring. I'm digging it.
Have a wool sewing week.
Have a wool sewing week. If it keeps raining like this, we're going to need some wool
Yeah,
blankets.
no kidding.
It's kind of
And a raft.
cruddy out. Good night, everyone.